bringing fans a full play-by-play call of the game of the round. From 5 PM it's back to the studio for the post-match and a full wrap of the day's games. EFL Game Day, 1 to 6 every Saturday afternoon as you love it local.
The action's about to get started again at Coldstream Reserve. You can hear the whistle in the background as the umpire puts the ball aloft in the centre of Coldstream Reserve. Coldstream have got a 19-point lead, 6-7-43 over Forest Hill, 4 straight 24. And the first passage of play in this third term is a tap forward for Forest Hill. They gained about 10 metres before we've needed the umpire to intervene again with another ball up. The rucks have put their hand up. Palmer does the rucking and does well to get the tap down, but it's Price who sharks it. His kick's a bit of a dribbler. It allows Davis to come in and hand it out to a swooping runner. And Denham gets it onto the boot inside 50. Go the Zebras. They're trying to keep it in front through Davis. And the kick around the corner was a bit errant as the first attack went to Forest Hill. And it's just out of bounds before anything could be done for the Zebras. So status of play, Brett Davidson, how do you think Forest Hill might get back into it? Is it just a matter of winning the contest around the stoppages?
Well, they've got to do that, but they've also got to make sure they bring the ball in quickly into their forward line, and they've got to take every opportunity they get, because at the moment, 13 shots to 4 signals the game.
Here's another shot at goal. It'd go all the way, and well done by the Shepherder on the line, and getting out of that ruck contest, roved it out. And it was a nice kick, and we're just looking at the video replay as running into an open goal from 40 metres out. Is that Ziggering?
Or just Jake Davis, I believe.
Yes.
Davis, who's been getting a few touches in recent passages, and he gets his first goal on the board for the match, and it's a closing goal for Forest Hill to bring the gap back to 13 points. Thankfully for them, it's 5 straight 30 as they trail Coldstream 6-7-43.
Well, that's exactly what they needed at the start of the quarter. You know, a quick goal in these conditions, it's worth gold.
So the tap one down by McClellan, but players pile in on top. We'll have yet another ball up. It's only 13 points the difference here, just inside the start of the third quarter. Tap one down now here by Clayton. Swooping onto it there, though, was Mowat. His hand pass over the top to Gibbons, and away come Forest Hill here through Pincott. His kick in towards centre half forward, floats over the top of everyone. Ziegering slipping onto the ball, slips one through, trying to soccer it all the way.
Oh, beautiful.
And yet another goal for Forest Hill. Just like that on 2 inside 50s. They get 2 straight, and the accuracy continues. Almost an assist of kind there from Ziegering. Centres the ball, and flying in at the last minute, I believe that was Rowe, I think.
Looks like Jake Rowe.
I think Jake Rowe was going to be credited with the goal.
And he'll credit it himself.
I was going to say, he'll tell us it's him anyway.
So 6 straight 36 Forest Hill, and they closed the distance here. 6 points to diff now over Coldstream. 2 goals to start the third quarter, Brett.
I like Ziegering in the forward half too. I think that's a good move.
Let's go down to Ray.
Damien Hodder, boys.
Damien Hodder, thank you very much.
Jake will still say it was him, though.
I really do need my prescription checked at times, but anyway, 6 points to diff.
And there's no reward for a goal. You have to go and collect your own football.
Exactly. It's a disincentive at
It
times.
was just sitting there for a while, wasn't it?
It's on top of the hill where no one dares to be.
Apart from those brave souls over the canopy over on the far side there, and at the back of the truck, they've braved the rain. So, ball up at centre. Palmer back into the ruck here for Forest Hill. Wins it down, looking for Healy Rotherham. Couldn't gather it in, could Gibbons. And the ball on the deck, out come Coldstream. Kick off the ground there from Carrigan into towards for looking for Coltrera. Mitch Edmonds swoops onto it. Tried to get the hand pass out to Coltrera as he was tackled. Here's Coltrera, stops. Props gets wrapped up. Beautiful tackle, holding the ball, the call. And some great defensive work there from Forest Hill. And Coltrera probably took one step too many. It was Berger there applying the tackle for Forest Hill. He gets the kick out now. Here's Healy Rotherham.
That's what happens when you're probably 10 years younger in your head with the culture. Then the body just wouldn't do what the mind wanted.
Kick in there looking for Davis. Ball on the deck, a slippery one at best now in this third quarter with the rain still coming down, and that will be a high tackle against Healy Rotherham. And I believe Andy Coltrera has the ball. He's going to go back and he will have a set shot.
I'm not too sure what Martin Stillman said to the guys at half-time, but whatever it is, it certainly looks like a different intensity to the Forest Hill side in this third quarter.
And I think that's the word, intensity. They've certainly been a bit more intense, and they've got the ball on at all costs at the moment, Forest Hill. They haven't wasted it. So this will be a crucial goal if they can get it, Coldstream, just to stem the flow a little bit.
So Andy Coldstream has kicked 11 so far in the season, got 1 in the second. He boots it up now here from 50. The kick in's going to fall short. Flying at the back there was Evans, couldn't grab it in. It's over for a minor score. And that'll be yet another behind to the Coldstream tally. And, well, inaccuracy, the story of the day. They could have really made Forest Hill pay had they been accurate. 6-8-44 plays 6 straight Forest Hill on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So Pincott driving a kick onto the outer side, goes long, a very indiscriminate effort by Newman, and he just sort of got his opponent out of the way as he went for the mark. Out the back it flows, and the ball is in a contest on the outer side. So I get so much noise in my headphones I couldn't hear myself think. Sorry about that, folks. Ball up outer side. Forest Hill trying to hand pass themselves around in a circle just to get out of that congestion, but they can't do that. And finally, the hand pass was a little bit errant and got itself out of bounds. Half back for Forest Hill, half forward for Coldstream. Coldstream lead by 8 points. 6-8 plays 6 straight. And again, it's not going too far. Tackles flying in, and the commitment to the tackle at least has been fantastic today. And I think that was Pincott who was the last man to put the tackle on, and the ball spills out of bounds. Similar spot for the last moment. Punch comes flying over the back there by Palmer, but he can't get it into open passage. And just as Coldstream try to get it through half forward, they're wrapped up in another tackle. So it's an interesting moment. We're about 10 minutes gone in this third term. Forest Hill have added the only 2 goals for this term. And what was a sizable lead is now only 8 points as a quick kick goes forward by Moat. It's a high up and under. It's a hard one to catch. Waiting for the ball. Nicely done. And that Verstegen will pick up himself and kicks it into the corridor, but found a man all on his own in Dickinson, who runs on, plays on, and gets taken from behind again, and it's a turnover now as running through the middle of the ground go the Zebras. The ball with the wet ball is hard to mark, and so it allows Sedgman to come in to try to sock it off the ground, but Forest Hill just through momentum get it forward. On the bounce it goes to Ziggering, who has to go to ground to try to pick it up, and he's taken in the tackle. Ball does spill out, and it spills off as he's just trying to hand pass there, it spills off the fist, and Rafferty was lucky enough to get a free kick as he went to ground. So his kick goes across goal, finds Price. Price now, right back pocket, goes down the line, a spearing ball on the bounce is a hard one for Cecile to trap, but he does so. His hand pass is chopped off, it was too easily read. Now the kick goes inside forward line through Palmer, and a nice mark from the open play. Just a late spoil wasn't enough, and Forest Hill will have a shot at goal through Gillian, who, lucky enough, that turnover found him all on his own.
Can't play wet weather football, dry weather football in the wet like that. You can't, those sorts of handballs are a no-go.
Yeah, the look away, just a bit soft off the fist, and it didn't go too far. And now it's a 25. If they weren't a good chance of getting goal, they are now a certainty, Forest Hill. So this will bring it to a 2-point game. I might be giving him too much credit, but Gillian from only 5 metres out puts it straight through the middle, and that's another goal on the board. Their third for the term. And it is now 7 straight 42 as Coldstream is 6-8 44, and that's the second 25 that's really given Forest Hill the certain goal. And Michael Cardamone won't be happy with their lacks in concentration.
I think Ray will have a reason why that was given as well.
What do you think of the umpiring so far? I think it's been harsh but fair. Yeah, that's good that they're consistent, I reckon.
Yeah, and look, if you get asked to move back and you don't, you move forward, you deserve to get a free kick against you. That's clear.
So just 2 points the margin here early in the third quarter between Coldstream and Forest Hill. And it's whether the rain succeeds for a little bit. Tap one down there by Clayton. He goes to the deck, as does the ball. Trying to lay the tackle there was Brown. Newman diving in on the footy, so was Gibbons, and he gets tackled by a couple of Coldstream players, one of them Price, and they have a little bit to say to each other after that. And, well, a bit reflective of the scoreline now. There's plenty of passion in this one. And umpire says, give it to me, fellas, and we'll have take two.
There's just not enough energy to fight when you're tackling every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and falling over, doing it too in the wet. As we get a holding decision here against Coldstream, as advantage is played. The kick in now, looking for Gillian. Couldn't take the mark one-handed. Ziegler set the back. Knocked into to the deck there was McInerney. Ball wrapped in there by Ziegering, and we'll have a ball up just outside the goal square.
He did a great job then, Ziegering. He was outnumbered 2-1. He kept the ball in play, and look, he's been very good so far since he's been down forward.
For the tap one down there by Gillian over the top. It's rushed through for a minor score. And that's the first, I believe, of Forest Hill this afternoon. That'll be 7-1-43 playing 6-8-44.
Verstegen will do the kick out, and it was a nice little accidental punch as a conceding. In AFL, they might have questioned whether it was deliberate. But that's how the game has changed, but not at local level. It's a 1-point game. Forest Hill have kicked 3 goals in this quarter. A mid-air kick has got Coldstream from half back to half forward, and Colchera is happy to see the boundary line as he collects it. And that was inspirational play by Price, who said, I won't take the ball, I'll just get it going. And he kicked it out of mid-air, got 30 metres, and has gone from defence to territorially. They're in the attack now, go Coldstream. The boundary throw-in was a bit short. It's a bit tough with the slippery ball for the young man on boundary. And he's going to come in 5 metres to make sure he gets the distance.
Mitch Newman continuing his theme all game. He's cleaned up Reese a couple of times too.
Antagonising, isn't he?
Yeah.
Rucks go at it, centre wing. Coldstream are going backwards, hope to go forward. A kick around the corner from Dickinson, gets it to half forward, bounces over at Odermatt. Odermatt does push it forward, gets onto the runner and Reese. He gets pushed off the ball as he kicks it, but it still goes 10 metres forward for Coldstream. Now it gets out the front, hand pass over the top from Edmonds. The kick around the corner is a good one, and Coldstream manufacture the goal. Edmonds punched it on, and he found his teammate, and they're all coming to Edmonds. There as Odermatt was the man on the end of it, and he got it forward through the kick, and eventually he got the kick around the corner from 40, and it's a great team goal for Coldstream. They now lead again by 7 points, 7-8-50 to 7-1-43, and it was good work by Edmonds, as I said.
It was, but I thought it was great work then by Reese. He collected the ball, used his pace, got the ball clear, came out of congestion, and a nice snap by Odermatt. He's the key as far as I'm concerned. Odermatt, get him involved in the game, they win the game. He's a key forward at the moment on the ground.
So that was Odermatt's second goal of the game. Got one in the second quarter too. Ball on the deck, winning in there as Sacer. Diving in with courage was Price, got collected high, and play continues. Davis in there as well, as is Jaya Singh for Forest Hill. Ball comes out now here to Lockie Craig. Couldn't handle the footy. Socket off the deck there by Fisher. Ball out to the centre wing, and socket in turn there by Coltrera with Carnelli. That's a matchup you don't see that often, the 2 full forwards at centre wing, and we're going to have a free kick going here to Andy Coltrera. He plays on, evades one tackle, boots it up now here towards centre wing, got Price all by himself. We've got a infringement off the footy. Yeah,
Carnelli just pushed him over. He was frustrated by their contest prior.
And advantage paid here to Coldstream as they go up towards half forward. Ball locked in there by Maguire, and again another little scrum.
Get ready for it to explode. There's been 3 happened in the last 2 minutes all around the ground, where blokes have been getting a little bit upset with one another.
As we go down to Ray.
More than a little push in the back, Gav. That was a really hard elbow right in the back of his back.
Okay.
So ball up, swatted down there by Gross. And as the weather falls, it's going to have a lot more of this tied-in footy.
Steve, I saw Price get taken. If he wasn't made of cement, Price would have gone down like he was dead a couple of times. And I reckon
that's one you should have paid in that situation.
So the ball one down there by Walsh. Trying to go off the ground there was Edmonds, and locked in there by Healy Rotherham, and we'll have yet another ball up.
It's very, very willing in those packs at the moment. There's no one taking a backward step, which is fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully they don't seek their own justice, you know what I mean?
7 points the margin here midway through the third quarter. As Walsh wins the tap down again, and Edmonds almost wore the turf on his forehead there to go down to Ray.
Now that's where a free kick has to come in that situation. His head's been put into the ground there and in a dangerous situation. That's where you split it apart now.
So Walsh again wins the tap. That's 3 in a row. And a bit of tunnel ball action here is at least 5 or 6 players as we go down to Ray.
Look, this game here, boys, now this is where the game's going to be won. We've had a couple of minutes of nargy-bargy. Now, whichever side settle down and start playing football from now on is going to win this game.
So ball up on the half-forward flank. Winning the tap again was Walsh, getting the better of the ruck contest. And players pile in. It eventually comes out. Throw maybe not called. And it's slippery conditions really slowing down the quality a little bit. And we'll get yet another ball up.
Yeah, you'd like to see the umpires not worry about lining up where the mark is and so on and so forth, but protecting the players' heads.
Yeah, it looks like the ball up is the only decision they'd like to pay at the moment. They'd rather not give away what they consider a borderline free kick.
100%. It wouldn't be easy in these conditions, though. Oh, he's seen one now. Here we go.
There we go. Well, it's a hold off the ball, and it's now taken by Healy Rotherham, whose kick is into the middle, where it's always dangerous if turned over, and it is with Rafferty. Rafferty's trying to work it with his teammate. He's now come in again, spears it into the forward line, spilled mark, back of the pack, Edmonds, hands it to Colchera. He has to pick it up, go inside the pack, and he's wrapped up just as it nearly opened up 30 metres out from Coldstream's goal.
I really liked Edmonds' game.
He knows that if he doesn't take it, a nice little hand can open it up. Just a little tap on, whatever he needs to do to get it moving in the tight places. Now, will the ball burst forward? Forest Hill get a clearing kick out of the pack, and Pincott has been strong. He's a wide body in terms of thick set, and he doesn't get moved off to the mark that time. He goes into the corridor again, but this time it opens up to McClellan, who goes out even wider. Big contest for the ball. Drops to the ground where Denham might have position for Forest Hill, but he's got 2 to beat when he gets onto the ball, and it allows the Cougars to get onto the ball and take it through the middle and get it to Carrigan, who played on before he took it, dropped the mark, spills a hand pass out wide. Now the inside 50 doesn't suit Coldstream. Late punch doesn't intercept the mark there by, I think it's...
Maguire's got the ball. Maguire,
who's played a good game in defence, and he'll have a short. And it's a nice tidy effort as he gets it to the Rowe, who scored 1 goal this term. Another spearing ball is not good. It's been chopped off Redwell by Odom at half forward. He's on the left foot, puts it towards his coach in Cardamone. He gets pushed over instead of trying for the mark. So it got reward for effort, really, there for Cardamone.
Well, going to slap an Italy World Cup jersey on him the way he's going this afternoon.
And we do, and I comment about it all the time, and he was exactly the same when I coached him the whole time. The fact is he gets them. And, he does put himself in a situation where, he's actually very smart with the way he does it. Sometimes you think it's a little bit lucky, but most of them are there. Yeah.
Well, if one leg flies one way and the other one goes over his head while he's getting pushed away, it does look like he's been impeded or decapitated.
He's fantastic at manufacturing those kicks, and I'll never forget an 8-goal haul in a prelim that got them into the grand final to play against South Belgrave in 2013, and that was off his own boot. So his goal-kicking ability cannot be questioned.
From 30 metres out, that's his best kick of the day. He puts it high and straight over the goal umpire's hat, and he signals a goal, and Coldstream have steadied after a barrage of 3 goals. They've come back with 2 of their own to be 8-8-56 and a 13-point lead over Forest Hill 7-1-43. He had 2 misses early in the first term, but he's come with 2 goals since quarter time to put Coldstream back to 13-point lead.
And you have a look at it, he scored 2, Odomat 2, and Coltrera 2, I think, haven't they? Edmonds, is it?
2 and 1 to Colchera and 1 to Carrigan.
So you're looking at, most of their goals are from their experienced players. So in these conditions, that's what you'd be hoping for.
To the tap, one down there by Palmer, but it's picked off here by Price. His kick up towards the centre wing area. And tapped out there by Ziegerink, and takes his player Cronin over the ball. Well done initially to hold that in by Davis, but forced out over the line. Will have a boundary throw in. So 13 points the margin out here at Coldstream, about 3/4 of the way through the third quarter. That throw might be a little short and be taken again. Yes, it will be.
He barely didn't hit himself in the head. I don't mean to... it's a tough job, but
Oh, yeah.
here he goes.
Particularly a waterlogged footy at this stage of the game. Ball's tapped down. Healy Rotherham got a boot to it. Clayton tried to tap it forward, and he gets forced out over the line. We'll have another boundary throw-in.
But the ruckman should make the adjustment. You know, don't blame the boundary umpire. Make the adjustment. Come in 2 or 3 metres. You know what he's going to be like.
Yeah.
Like they're all look where they're standing.
He's not doing high ones as well,
No.
so you got to realise
We
it's
are
only...
talking about ruckman.
Sorry.
They're the drummer of the band, are you saying?
Cronin, kick was smothered off the boot. Ziegerick sends it the other way. Foot race between Walsh and Price, and it's out over the line for a take 3 on the boundary throw-in right in front of Ray.
Well, they've taken all the momentum out of Forest Hill at the moment, haven't they? They're just sapping that momentum out of them.
So here comes the throw. Little flat, Clayton. Ziegerick wrapped up there by McCarthy. Trying to win the ball out. It's held to him as he tries to burst through more traffic than the East Link on a Monday morning. And the ball spills out. We're going to have a ball up just on the centre wing.
As long as you don't pay the tolls.
No,
It's all right.
it's the world's Australia's longest car park. I like to refer to it as. Is Clayton wins the tap down, looking for Gibbons, and it goes straight back out of bounds, and we'll have yet another boundary throw-in. It's earning his paycheck here in the rain, and here in the third quarter is the boundary umpire. Throws it in again. Fist to ball goes Clayton. Healy Rotherham knocks it on now here to, I believe that was Pincott. Moved out, ball on the deck. Gillian can't handle it. Carrigan can't either. Ball comes out now here to Gibbons. He kicks up now towards looking for Carnelli. Ball evades both him and Sedgman. Carnelli off the deck and sprays it right across the face. Gathered in there here by Verstegen. And he loses his edge. And the ball out now here to the half-forward flank here for Forest Hill. They've got a bit of time and space. They don't have the handling skills at the moment. Here's Rafferty trying to clear for Coldstream. Hands out now here to Gibbons. Gibbons fires this one up. Kick was smothered. Brown couldn't handle the footy. Kerr can. He goes straight into the opposite half-forward flank. And here comes Mitch Evans onto the footy. As with Ziegerick beat him to it though. Evans gathers it in. And, well, almost a throw of sorts there. Out to Hita Palmer for Forest Hill. Evades a couple of tackles. Sends the footy now. Contest looking for Jaya Singh. Couldn't take the mark. Mowat can't take the footy. Dickinson can. Turns out of a couple of tackles. Ball won now here by McCarthy. His kick up looking for Cecilia. He's got a bit of lead here on his opponent, Dale. And he dropped the footy as well. Mitch Edmonds comes in and claims of high, and it's held to him. And we'll have a ball up. Frantic action here late in the third. And yeah, no love lost. Ziegerick now and Tobias Griffin have a little bit of a get-together.
I don't speak that language.
I'm sure most of our listeners do. Here's Gibbons. That kick is not 10 metres. And play on is the call. Dickinson tackled hard. A good one there from Walsh. And we'll have a ball up as the rain starts to bucket down harder here at Coldstream. The 13-point footy game.
Hot footy, though.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Here's Clayton. Slumming over the top here is Palmer. And that's going to be out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw-in.
Just a real arm wrestle at the moment,
Yeah.
and I think that if you were Michael Cardamone, you'd be really happy with that. You're a couple of goals up, heading into the three-quarter time. It's exactly where you'd want to be.
Boundary throw in middle of Coldstream Reserve, broadcast side. And the tackles are flying in. You could see some clearing kicks even from Coldstream, how they didn't know where to go next. So that's what the pressure's implying on any kick. You might be open by a metre or two, but you just don't know it. And it's a fierce contest. Stoppage after stoppage. Trying to run through the pack there was Carrigan. He gets a hand pass that didn't go to his teammate. Mark nearly taken by McInerney in defence. Showed good courage with the flight of the ball, but he spills it to the deck where now everyone's jumping on top of it. And will anyone be able to get it out of that congestion? It's 10 on 10 and they're all on top of the ball.
The past 5 or so minutes, I think Lucas Gibbons has been in a lot of contests, which he hasn't been in through the day. That's really important for Forest Hill if they want to get any ascendancy for him to get some centre clearances.
They definitely need to do the funky Gibbon. I just thought I wanted to chuck that in once. I don't know if it was appropriate, but it's now in the forward line. Ziegerick spills it just as he was 40 metres out boundary side, and he spills it over the bounds. Thankfully, people know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
He's a goodie. Now, boundary throw in, 40 metres out. Forest Hill through Ziggering. He takes on Colchera, who says, I'll dump you as well and take you out of bounds. But he's good enough sport to pick him up at the same time. So I think they respect how hard they're both going at it. And it did look a bit willing at one stage, and now a whistle comes in just as we've gone a bit cold. Oh, it's another boundary throw-in being short. So 40 metres out still it is for Forest Hill, who burst out of the blocks early in this term with 3. The ball spills out for Coldstream. Edmonds, he's got numbers against him, and at the back of the pack, Dale puts it on the boot, high up and under where Coldstream seem to have the numbers at the back of the pack. Dickinson, can he pick up the slippery ball? Can he get through tackles? No, he can't. Rowe picks it off him, puts it to the goal square. Will it bounce through? Or will a free kick go to... I'll get some help, because I was looking at Carnelli in the contest in the goal square, and Carnelli's going to... No, he's going to kick it backwards to Rowe.
I think he was holding the man.
Just after he kicked it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look at the video if we had it to see what happened, because Carnelli looked like he was going to have a good go at it in the goal square.
And I thought Jake Rowe kicked it off, and now Ryan Fisher's got the ball.
So it must have been off the ball as Fisher from 40 metres out puts it as long as he can, pulls it a bit with the left foot, and it misses to the right. So it's a minor score, 44 plays 56, Ray Baird boundary side.
Was held off the ball. You're correct, Alana.
Was it a free kick to a disadvantage in the end?
Yeah,
wasn't
indeed, it was.
Yeah, it looked like Carnelli had the body weight to take on the bouncing ball.
So Price to bring it back in here for Coldstream. 12-point footy game here out at Coldstream. And they are the ones in front as the kick up now here to Cronin on the half-forward flank, and he takes a diving mark.
That's a good mark in these conditions.
Oh, absolutely, and good vision too. As the lights come on here at Coldstream, I'm sure the headlights will come onto the car park pretty soon. As the kick up now head to the half-forward flank, and a good mark taken here by Gibbons.
We laugh, but there is a big truck at the other side doing it. Thank you. And he's flashing us.
He's flashing us lights, obviously tuning in on 98.1 as the kick up towards the half-forward flank. Couldn't take the mark there, could Maguire. Tobias Griffin. Dickinson, hands were pretty much a dangerous one. Gillian wrapped up as he tried to get a shot on goal, and the ball kicked out now here to the half-forward flank. Hand pass out now here finds Newman, who's been a thorn in Scott Reese's side, who's standing just in front of us. Dale couldn't take the hands. Mitch Edmonds snapped this one up there here to Cardamone with just one player in front of him, that being McClellan. Cardamone now takes a shot, little chip, deft shot, looking for Casera to run onto it, and it's going to spray wide. Casera still got a chance, so slots it through, and it's another goal for Coldstream. They're 9th, and well, they move to 9-8-72, play 7-2-44 with time ticking on here in the third quarter.
And I think that was a classic case where the Forest Hill players had the ball on this wing. 3 handballs in these conditions when the ball got to the Coldstream player and they went 3 kicks. You just got to kick the footy in these conditions.
Let's go down to Ray.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Look, when you've got a player, 20, 25 metres in the clear and he hand passes to a player who is actually standing still under these conditions, you are dead right. But it was also very smart play by Cardamone.
Yes,
he could have blazed away and not scored at all.
But it got away from Cecilia, and Dean had to pick it up from the pocket, and he showed poise to sneak it through from the pocket. As the kick goes Coldstream way from the centre. Nice body position, a nice mark taken by the forward there as the floating ball was endlessly in the sky, and once it come down it was great judgment.
Is that Carrigan?
I think it's Carrigan. I'm just waiting on him to turn around to make sure, but you're right, it is Carrigan, and Carrigan kicked 1 goal in the first term to add to his 7 in the first 3 games, so he's a noted goal kicker. And he just had ball side inside the corridor, and he took a chest mark. From 40 metres out, he's put it to the line and over for a goal. And it's a nice kick, and finally they're getting the set shots. Coldstream moving out to 10-8-68 and back to a 4-goal lead, 7-2-44. And it was only early on where Forest Hill burst out of the blocks to close the game up. But Coldstream, what has been the momentum breaker and what's gone on in the last 15 minutes?
Well, I think they've used the balls. They've got it and got it forward quickly. That was a great clearance from the ruckman then, Clayton. He did a great job getting that ball clear, and that was really good body work then, and a good mark and a good kick in these conditions. And, yeah, what's that? 2 kicks from the middle, and you've got a goal.
Yeah.
crucial.
So 24-point game now, maybe running away a little bit here for Forest Hill. McCarthy couldn't gather the footy in. And met solidly there was Rafferty. He's going to get himself a free kick. No, it's going the other way, I believe.
No,
It is going off. Okay, Luke Givens was trotting back as if he'd got a free kick, but he was just trying to pick his man up. There's a kick in short now, trying here for Creek. He gets the hands out to Gibbons, drops the footy in the end, and the umpire's of the same opinion, and a free kick to the way of Coldstream. And that is three-quarter time gap.
Yeah, it's three-quarter time. Let's recap the score. It's Coldstream 10-8-68, leading by 24.